Welcome, Kiss Army, to episode 29 of the Kiss Army Things podcast here on YouTube. My name is Xander.
And I'm Daphne.
Thank you for joining us, Kiss Army YouTube. We appreciate it. So Jeb is not here with us, but I do have my wife, Daphne. You probably remember her from a few episodes towards the beginning. She's joining me here today. And we also have with us a very special guest. Today joining us is Dominik. Dominik, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for joining us, man. We've exchanged some messages in the past, but we've never actually been able to speak face to face. So this is awesome to be able to actually talk to you face to face.
Yeah, this is awesome. It's been, I don't know, I think since the first podcast I did, Kiss Army Nation, we started talking after that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad that to have you on, because I know that you're a very busy man. You have some awesome things you want to discuss with us here today. But first, before we get into all that, we'd like to do the Kiss Spotlight. Every episode, we start out talking about just kind of what Kiss album we've been jamming to the most or most recently. And so if you want to start us out, you want to tell us, share with us what Kiss album you've been jamming to and why?
Yeah, so when I was going to Creatures Fest, I was kind of listening to everything because I had, 17-hour drive. But I've kind of been listening right now, most recently, a lot to Alive 3. I've been kind of getting into the non-makeup Kiss a lot over the past couple years. And Alive 3 is like probably my favorite Paul vocals live. So I just love listening to Alive 3 and hearing I Just Wanna and Unholy and all that. So yeah, I love it. Even hearing I Still Love You and stuff, it's incredible. So definitely Alive 3 right now.
That's awesome. Alive 3, I think Alive 3 was my spotlight in the last episode, so it's kind of funny that yours is this episode too.
Yeah, it's a great album. Great.
I think it's one of my favorite Kiss live albums too. The band was just so tight around that area. We were actually just watching some pro shop footage.
Yes.
There's been a lot of Kiss videos that have been leaking out lately, and one of them just now was the Revenge Tour pro shop. So
it's amazing.
I've been jamming that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you have a do what?
Yet. I haven't seen any of that footage that comes up. People keep talking about it, and I've seen a tiny bit of it, but I haven't seen much.
There's so much.
Yeah, been it's been incredible. It's a lot to go through, but so awesome. Kiss Alive 3, that's awesome. Do you want to share with us, babe, what Kiss album you've been listening to the most?
Yes.
Or most recently, doesn't have to be the most.
Right. I am spotlighting Carnival of Souls, actually.
Okay.
It's an album that I never really got into until recently. I think it's one that you kind of have to re-listen a few times, and you have to be in the right mood for it. But you played me some songs recently. I think the first one was Jungle that you played. And I was like, I am in. Why have I not been listening to this album the whole time? And so I've been listening to it a ton. And I think just the artistry and the songwriting, and it's just musically an incredible album. And I just think Bruce Kulick put his heart and soul into it, and it shows. I love it.
Awesome. Dominik, where does Carnival of Souls rank for you? Is it at the top or is it the bottom?
Kind of in the middle.
In the middle.
I think if if the reunion tour didn't happen, I think that album might have been higher up on people's list. They might have done a little bit better promotion and stuff. But no, I love the heavy sound of Kiss, so I always enjoyed it.
I think because surrounding what was going on when it came out, I think that definitely influences people's opinion, because everyone's always like, oh no, I don't care about Carnival of Souls, but I think that it's actually a really, really good album.
I think it's super underappreciated, and if anybody out there kind of has it towards the bottom of their list, I definitely recommend giving it another listen, with fresh ears. It's fantastic.
So you said that you've been listening to a lot more Unmasked Kiss recently in the last few years. Was the non-makeup era something that you maybe just kind of avoided or just never really got into, or was there any reason behind that?
So my dad stopped listening to Kiss when they took the makeup off. So that kind of, for him, he didn't see them until they put the makeup back on. And I think he went to 98 Psycho Circus. He might have went to the reunion, but yeah, he kind of never was into it. So we didn't listen to it as much growing up. I always listened to, some of their albums, but we weren't particularly watching any of the live performances, mostly of their unmasked stuff. We would watch Kissology, and when it got towards the 90s and 80s, my dad would kind of turn it off.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch a lot of it until I got older, and I appreciate it more. I appreciate Paul just carrying it. I had no idea that he carried the band, throughout the 80s. So no, I love the 80s Kiss. I love 90s Kiss. I love every era, but definitely getting more appreciation for Bruce and Eric Carr.
For sure, absolutely. Speaking of that leaked footage from earlier, I think some Asylum footage leaked too, with some Asylum Pro Shot, and those outfits are just, oh my goodness, those 80s outfits.
I low-key love it, but that's just me.
For sure. So I'll go ahead and share my Kiss spotlight, and then we'll move on. So I've actually been listening to the Millennium concert recently, which I don't listen to it that often. It's not one that really, kind of like Carnival of Souls, it doesn't really come up on people's lists. But I actually just got a copy on vinyl, and so I've been jamming to that, and it's actually really good. I mean, yeah, I think that the main issue that people have with it is the drumming or the pacing of the songs. But I mean, Paul's vocally, it's insane. It's a good set list, good track list. So I need to go back and I need to finish it still, but that's what I'm listening to is the Millennium concert. But now that we've all gone around, we've warmed up and we've shared some of the Kiss albums that we're listening to, I want to get to some of the things you're doing, because I know that you have some events coming up that you want to talk about, you want to share with us. The Toy and Record Show is coming up on July 30th. Is that correct?
Yep. New England Toy and Record Show, July 30th.
Sweet. So talk to us about that, man. So why are you, I know this is not the first one that you've done. So, I mean, what is it about this that excites you and that, makes you want to do this?
So the first show I actually ran at the daycare I worked at last September. I worked in childcare for 5 years, 5.5 years, but I've always been drawn to this stuff. I've collected my whole life, toys and records more recently, but Kiss memorabilia and toys my whole life. So it's just kind of a calling for me, where it was like I need to try this. I need to do something else, something different. So I started off, low risk, but I put 110%, just like Kiss is, just because I'm doing it at a daycare doesn't mean, it's going to be rinky dinky. I had the 1966 Batmobile. We had a full middle aisle of like 6 tables, all Kiss. There's all Kiss vendors. We had the platform booths. I mean, we had all kinds of stuff. Members of the Kiss Live Auctions, KLA, were there, and they've come to every single show now. So it's kind of started off with, taking what I've learned from Kiss, do everything big, just like they did. They brought the stadium show to the clubs. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And I just want to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger until I'm, the stadium. So this is my 4th show. The first show was great. The second show I had Matt Starr, and I ran it at a concert venue. There was a concert afterwards. It was awesome. The third show was my first show I've ran in Maine. I had Stephen Costantino, one of the Good Morning Guards from Return of the Jedi, and Star Wars. Anyone that knows me, Star Wars and Kiss are my 2 favorite things. So having Matt at my second show, having the ties with Ace and Kiss and stuff was incredible. And then having a guest from Star Wars was just awesome. And now this 4th show, I have Matt coming back, and I have the voice of Salacious Crumb from Return of the Jedi, and he's also the voice of the Gremlins. So it's kind of tying the 2 things I love together. So this 4th show I'm really excited for. We still have the Kiss vendors. I have all my Star Wars and vintage toy vendors. I got my record vendors. I kind of built a team of awesome people. We have cosplayers. We have all kinds of awesome stuff, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's pretty exciting, man. You got a lot going on. So have you ever been like been to any Kiss expos that inspired you, like gone to Kiss expos and been like, hey, I can do that. I can put my own expo on. I can do my own convention. I can do my own, toy and record show. Were you inspired by the already existing Kiss expos? Or is this something that you were just like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it?
So I've been going to conventions ever since I was like 5 years old. I've never ever been to a Kiss convention. Because by the time I was growing up, they were all gone. They used to have them a lot in New England, but they dwindled out in the early 2000s in Massachusetts. So um, Kiss wise, no, it was always something. That's something I always wanted to do. A Kiss convention, a Kiss Expo is 100% right now what I'm looking forward to the most. And everyone that knows me knows that the Kiss Expo is top priority, one of the top priorities right now. But the New England Touring Record Show, behind that was taking conventions, taking toy shows, taking record shows, and throwing them together. Because I don't think there's any show that does that. So me, like I said, being a Kiss fan, being a Star Wars fan, let's do something different. Let's take all the fandoms that I love, let's put them together and see if they mix. And just as I'm a fan of toys and records, most of the people that come to the show are buying toys and records. And most of my vendors now, since I've created this cool, show, will, if they're a toy vendor, they'll bring records. If they're a record vendor, they'll bring toys. So it's like a perfect harmony. It's really cool. So I've definitely created something that I'm very proud of, and it is definitely different. And people tell me it's a big feel, big atmosphere, having autograph guests and smaller venues and stuff like that, and having the vendors that I do, it's definitely a blessing. And yeah, it's incredible.
It sounds like you're bringing something much needed to the area. You said that there's no Kiss Expos or anything up there, so it sounds like you're bringing something much needed to the area. Would you agree with that?
Yes, 100%. I just signed a contract to work with another venue, to work with a hotel now.
Nice.
Hopefully, like I said, just get bigger and bigger and bigger. But the goal would be to run, 2 to 5 New England Touring Record shows a year, smaller ones, and then do one bigger one a year, and then possibly do one New England Kiss Expo once a year. That's like the end goal. That's the ultimate goal.
Gosh, so you're thinking about making this a whole thing where it's just not just one thing. You're talking about like a series of events. You're thinking real big. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So how it's been, it's since September, it's been like every 3 months I've run a show. So it's like I'll keep doing that and keep doing the smaller venues because I got a good thing, might as well keep it going. But then, instead of having 5 small shows, do 3 small ones and 1 bigger one, and then try to add a separate Kiss event would be the goal.
That's awesome, dude. I totally support that. I mean, as soon as you get this Kiss Expo locked in, man, let me know because I'm there. I'm promoting it. I'm all over it.
I was just thinking I'd love to travel up there for that. That'd be awesome.
That's exciting stuff, man. That's really, really cool. And you also have do what?
I was saying that would be incredible. It's a great area, and the hotel I'm going to be working with is a nice central location, so it's awesome.
Do you have a time frame for the Kiss Expo, or are you just kind of playing it by ear?
It's kind of been on the back burner, and right now it's kind of heating up. After Creatures Fest, that kind of lit a fire, and something I want to do. I've said before that if I run a Kiss Expo, I'd want autograph guests or something like that. But realistically, it might be a little bit tougher in the first couple of years or something like that. So I might just run an expo. I work with Matt Starr and stuff. Maybe I can have some smaller names and work up to having Ace Frehley, Bruce Kulick, who knows, Eric Singer, Tommy, whoever. But right now, that's what I'm trying to figure out. If I have the money to afford an autograph guest, I'll go for it. But if not, within the next, I don't know, I'd say year or two, I'm definitely going to do a Kiss Expo. Whether it has a marquee guest or not, I have to do it. In my opinion, it makes sense. And like I told you guys, every single show I run, I get all different Kiss vendors. I'll have 2 or 3 that are the same, that only sell Kiss merchandise. And then I'll just get random people that just love Kiss, and they're like, "Can I just sell my Kiss collectibles at your show?" And I'm like, "Of course." You just got to give the promoter 50% off, and you can sell whatever you want. So I buy as soon as the show starts. The best part, this is what annoys my vendors, is they send me pictures of what they're bringing, so I know what they're gonna have. And
You're ready.
the past couple shows, my Kiss collection has boasted.
Oh yeah, you get
Wow.
first pick.
Yeah, I mean, I got a you wanted the best, you got the best. I got a Revenge blue vinyl OBI signed by Eric and Bruce.
Nice.
And then I walk around with the stuff in my hands, and my vendors get pissed. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that?
From the other guy, yeah.
Oh, run a show, and you'll find out. Then you'll get first dibs. So I've got some incredible Kiss scores. Oh my God. That's the funnest thing about it is half the time I'm at my table, half the time I'm at other people's tables buying, the other time I'm meeting people, talking. It's so much fun. And same with working with Matt. Working with Matt is incredible. It also sucks because last night we did an auction and he's putting stuff up and I'm bidding on it. I'm sitting next to him and I'm just bidding on his stuff because I want it. And I feel bad because I'm like, these people probably think I'm bidding them up. No, I generally just want what he has. I just want
That
drum
is hilarious.
So I have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 pairs of Matt's. Yeah, so I end up the past 2 auctions I've bought drum heads from Matt.
No,
So he doesn't even have to ship anything, he can just hand it to me.
you just
There you go.
hand it to you.
But yeah, I'm very much still a collector. I love it.
That's awesome. And if I'm not mistaken, you have the one event July 30th. That's the Toy and Record Show, but you also have something going on the day prior. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. So something cool. I'm always thinking ahead. I got in touch with this incredible theater in Algonquin, Maine. It's called the Levitt Theater, and we're gonna do the screening of the Gremlins with the actor Mark Dodson. He's the voice of, I don't know, like 80% of the Gremlins besides Gizmo and Stripe.
Wow.
And he's going to sign autographs first outside in front of the theater, and then he's going to we're going to do a quick Q&A, announce, New England Toy and Record Show and blah, 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 and let him talk and introduce the movie. So that will be Friday, July 29th, the Levitt Theater. Check us out on Facebook for all the details. New England Toy and Record Show on Facebook. Google us. I own a store in Wells as well. DC Toys, Records, and Collectibles. I have a new Kiss section to the store I just added.
Nice.
All Kiss. So
Nice.
The Kiss Corner. Kiss Corner. And I'm hoping to expand.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, from day one, I wanted a Kiss section, but when I did Creatures Fest, I had to bring all my Kiss stuff because I was a vendor at Creatures Fest. I had to bring everything I had, and then whatever I didn't sell, I brought home, and then I bought more stuff and made a whole Kiss Corner.
Nice. So let's talk about Creatures Fest because that was something that Jeb and I and Daphne were really hoping to get out to, but we just couldn't make it happen. So you were a vendor there. Did you get to see any performers or anything, or was it just you and Matt behind the table the whole time?
I was all over the place because I had the Rock Odds package too. So I met Ace, I met Vinny, I met Bruce. I saw Bruce play. I missed maybe a song or two. I saw Ace the full show. I saw Vinny full show. I saw the unplugged, the pool party. There's definitely some things I missed, but for the most part, when it came to Kiss related, those guys, I saw like everything pretty much. It was incredible seeing Ace and Peter play. I thought I'd never ever see that. My first concert was Aerosmith and Kiss, which was Peter. no Ace. So that's the closest I've come to seeing Original Kiss, and seeing Ace and Peter just kind of capped it off for me. Now I can at least say that I've seen Peter and Ace, and Gene and Paul. But
That's awesome. Did you
yeah.
get to meet Peter by chance?
So I've met Peter. They announced him after I already bought my Rock Gods package. So I didn't end up biting the bullet just because I was already spending a lot of money and I knew I was going to spend even more money. And I did. I spent a lot of money. Like half the time, I just don't even know what I was doing. I was like all over the place. Like people would just see me running back and forth. I would have like 10 Kiss Ace Frehley autographs, a vodka soda in my hand. I have no idea how I even survived that weekend. It was incredible.
That's
It was
awesome.
definitely an awesome.
Sounds like a blast.
You know what sucks? Yeah, well, what sucks is Bruce Kulick's vendor table was next to us. And that, like, I hate like vending next to people that want to buy their stuff, because then it's just gonna haunt me all day. But I wasn't, like I said, I really wasn't at my table that much. I had a couple friends help out, but I was buying stuff from Bruce's table. I found a guy that I've been on a kick right now for Japanese 45s. So I was just grabbing so much stuff. At the end of the week, I totally forgot to buy stuff from the Eric Carr table. That was cool. Something that I really wanted to buy Eric Carr stuff, but I was already tapped out of money. I don't even know, like I said, I didn't even know they were there. By the end of the week, I was all over the place.
Everything you're describing kind of sounds like a Kiss Expo to me, because we go to the Kiss Expos up in Indianapolis, and it sounds exactly the same, where you're just going to the ATM, you're spending money, you're running around, you're doing this, you're doing that, but you had a different angle because you're the one that's actually selling stuff. Did you get to talk to Bruce? Was Bruce at his vendor table, or was somebody else running it for him?
No, it was Jennifer and Danielle. They're awesome, really nice girls. Peter Corey from Kiss Live Auctions was helping out. But yeah, the girls were there, and we were joking around because I was trying to get them to buy Matt Starr drum heads. That was the coolest thing, was how many people bought from Matt. Matt did great. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we both sold a lot of stuff, but Bruce I talked to a tiny bit when I did his meet and greet. I talked to a little bit. I told Ace that I work with Matt, and it was really funny because I told him something personal that Matt wrote on my drum head, and he started laughing. And someone took a picture they captured of him laughing at. I think Matt wrote on one of my drum heads, like, "Get the hell out of my basement" or something like that. Stay the hell out of my house. Ace liked that. The funny thing is, after that, I told Ace, I'm like, you can write whatever you want on my stuff. You could say, "Get the hell out of my meet and greet, go home, I don't like you," whatever, write whatever you want. And I was like, write something funny. He goes, "Oh, how about I just write my name? That's funny enough."
That's hilarious.
That was like,
Couldn't
to
even think
me,
of
I was
anything
like, whatever, this is awesome. Yeah, I mean, he's awesome. Meeting
Ace,
Ace is
Ace.
so
What can you say?
exactly. Ace is Ace. It was just like, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, this sounds like something he would say. That's cool.
For sure, for sure.
Meeting Vinny was cool. Meeting Vinny was different.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. Talk about that.
So, I mean, I the meet and greet for him was crazy because he was kind of all over the place with prices, and the line was crazy and all this crap. But I was very lucky that a lot of people kind of let me cut in line because they knew I was a vendor, or they watched me and Matt's auctions or whatever. So I kind of get to cut the line a little bit and kind of go to the front to meet Vinny. And so I was like maybe one of the first, I don't know, 40 people to meet him, maybe even less. And he was super cool to me. I mean, the first thing I said to him was like, I'm only 24 years old. It's crazy that, I got to see you play, regardless of what it was. I still got to see him play and see Ace and Bruce on the tank with him. And he was like ear to ear grinning. He was so happy. He asked me how I liked his shredding, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what I thought. I just told him it was great. I was still trying to process half the stuff. But yeah, he was cool to me when I got his autograph. He personalized my album. Very, very nice to me. You know, I can't speak for everyone else, but I had a very good experience with him. I had a great experience with Bruce. Like I said, that little moment, you know, telling, you know, Ace that I work with Matt and stuff, it was all cool. I mean, it's all stuff that I'll remember. And being there with Matt is like the coolest thing ever because I started this journey less than a year ago, and I kind of put it out in the universe. I manifested that I was going to work with Matt, and all these months later, Matt is going to be a guest at my show for the second time, and we just did our fourth auction last night. You know, so it's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
great.
No, you know, who knows? You really just put it out there and manifest it.
No kidding. So Zoom's going to cut me off in about 5 minutes. So I want to make sure we wrap this up nicely. So is there anything else you want to talk about as far as your event, where people can find you? Is there any more additional information you'd like to tell us?
Check me out. Like I said, I'm mostly on Facebook, DC Toys, Records, and Collectibles. We're open Wednesday through Sunday. We got toys, records, collectibles, Kiss. We got a little bit of everything. My shows, like I said, the July 30th shows indoor, outdoors. Should be over 45 vendors. The New England 501st, the Star Wars cosplay group will be there. Mark Dodson will be there. Matt Starr will be there. I will be there selling great merchandise. Like I said, if you're a Kiss fan, check out my events because they always have a little bit of Kiss involved no matter what I do. It will always be like that. And just Facebook and stuff, all our pages. And stay tuned, like I said, within the next year or two. What I was going to say, Alex, not Alex, Xander, sorry, was I want to see when Kiss, you know, picks their 100 city dates, because maybe if they come to New England next summer or something like that, maybe I do an expo the weekend they're doing the show.
There you go.
That's been an idea. It's like because I don't think they did New Hampshire, Maine too much. They did Bangor, but if they come up north, I can definitely either use the venue I'm talking about, or I'll go find a venue near where they're playing.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's the best way to do it.
Great idea.
Because because I don't know if you would think about getting the whole band or what your point behind that is, but I guarantee you could. I bet Tommy is probably the most accessible one to get a hold of, and he probably would do that.
I bet he would.
Yeah, even hopefully Eric or something, just do it, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Just having that convention, revolved around the concert would be perfect.
Dude, that's pretty smart. And I'll be sure to leave some links in the description on this video so that everybody can find your events, your Facebook events and Facebook page and all that. And do you have a YouTube channel by chance?
Yes. DC Culture, I believe. I haven't used it in a little while, but yeah, DC Culture on YouTube. Trying to think what else, but you can also Google the website for the show. I believe the show has a website and the store. Everything's on Google, mostly Facebook I use to connect with everybody.
Perfect. Well, Kiss Army, if you're listening, and if you're in the New England area, definitely check out this toy and record store. Definitely get follow Dominik, check him out. He's doing some awesome things. He's really doing the young Kiss fans well. We are the next generation. We're going to carry this thing on. As soon as you get word on that Kiss Expo, you let us know, because we're going to be right there helping you out. We'll help you promote it. We'll be there. I might even be a vendor because I've got tons of stuff. But thank you so much for joining us, Dominik, on this episode of Kiss Army Things. I really wish you well in all the things that you do as far as your events. We'll have to have you back on in the future so we have a longer conversation and talk more about Kiss and your backstory with Kiss. But thank you so much for joining us, talking about your events and everything and your projects.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And Kiss Army, Be sure to like and subscribe to Kiss Army Things. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're even on TikTok now. So if you want, you can follow us on TikTok. Anyway, and be sure to follow Dominik as well. Thank you for joining us, episode 29 of the Kiss Army Things podcast. My name is Xander.
And I'm Daphne.